So long farewell. You were pretty hot. We barely knew ye. Hi, I'm Jessa.
And I'm Alex.
And this is Jessa and Alex Watch
House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 6. Title unknown.
Gorgeous.
Last episode was called We Light the Way, which Jessa just informed me is the words of the Hightower House. And I think that fits very well with what a lot of you guys were saying in the comments about it being a green wedding. And not because we I guess said something about like, oh, should it be the white wedding or whatever?
Yeah.
But green wedding because of Alicent's moment.
Yes. Also, I like the what is it? The curse of the unintended narrative that we accidentally dressed in team colors for this video.
I know. I really am in like team Rhaenyra.
Yeah, same.
I like Alicent more. Like I have a feeling Alicent is going to be one of my favorite characters because I just kind of like love a turn, an interesting woman, you know, and like I liked her when she was like sweet Alicent, and like I love her even more now that she's like hello. Oh, Alicent can't answer the phone. Why? Because she's dead.
No, that's funny. She's reminded me in the past a lot of Marjorie Tyrell, which makes sense because I think she's an ancestor, or she's at least from the same area as Marjorie's eventual ancestors.
Like, are there any more Hightowers?
No, I think that house dies out, but it's at least the same area. But I think I think she's going to start to be more of a Cersei in the back half. Well, I've watched a lot of interviews and stuff with the actors, and Olivia Cook has said in several of them that she was given Cersei sides to read in auditions, which she didn't realize because she hadn't watched the show. And after she got the part, she went and watched the show. She's like, wait, I know this scene.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think she'll be a little bit, well, maybe she won't be more interesting than Cersei, but will have more heart for her than we did for Cersei because we've seen her change. And and I honestly, like, when I go back and watch those first couple seasons of Game of Thrones and I hear her talking to Robert about how she tried to love him and about like how he completely brushed her off and was like sleeping with a bunch of other people, and the first time that they slept together called like Ned's sister's name in bed. It's like, when you think about that, it's a little bit more like me watching Sansa go through that, and then wouldn't I want her to just rage and burn down the world if I had like started off with her as like this young 13-year-old girl that was like raised to be the king's like bride, and then the king that's an older man treated her like crap. I don't know, would I be on Cersei's team?
But anyway, to bring it back, of course, this whole series is based on a book, which is written as like a pseudo history book from several different people's point of views. And so it continues to be like, depending on where you're standing, the story looked different. Like the big fight that broke out at the wedding feast in the last episode, we, the audience, don't see how it starts. Like we see Joffrey being really stupid and talking to Kristen, but we're not there when the fight breaks out. We're just like part of the crowd that sees the movement and the screaming and everything. So it's interesting because then you can see how you know, so many different versions of the story will go around and nobody will know the real truth of it.
I'm very interested to see, you know, what unfolds in this episode, because last week was like really low-key and boring, and it's time for some action.
Fireworks. Just as a reminder, the actor who plays older Rhaenyra is non-binary and uses they them.
Thank you for reminding me, and I'm going to keep that in the cut so you guys know when you're writing comments.
Isn't Isn't it interesting how the opening phrase of that is in a minor key and then it shifts to a major? Okay, as much as I do enjoy dancing and singing along to this every week, I really do wish they'd written a new theme for the show. I wish there was like a specific Targaryen related House of the Dragons theme.
I'm mixed on it because I love this theme song. I also heard someone say in response to that criticism that they're going to do other spin-offs of Game of Thrones and that they're all going to have this opening as like something that connects them.
Boo.
Personally wish it's the same one, but they've altered it in some way. Like they have like a Targaryen
new arrangement.
Theme.
Yeah.
I didn't like those body sounds.
Oh no, thank you. It's so disgusting. Rude.
A boy, princess.
Praise mother. The gender doesn't matter.
That's true. Look at that little baby hand.
The Queen has requested that the child be brought to her immediately.
What?
I'll take him myself. You should remain a bed princess.
Yes. You should not.
Honey. Oh. But you know what?
Same.
If somebody's gonna.
Same.
Yeah, I'm gonna bleed right on your nice carpets.
Yeah, like, is this what you wanted to see?
She literally has not even passed the placenta.
Right. Like, I wouldn't even. I hope it passes right on her floor.
Oh, that's such a tiny baby.
Yeah, someone just had that baby.
Sure did.
Honestly, this is probably what it was like for the mother who actually birthed that baby. The set requests your baby.
The afterbirth.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, you couldn't have held that in for Allison. Honestly, again, proof that women were in the writer's room.
Yes, how it is so rare to see afterbirth presented.
I took a lance through the shoulder once.
He just said, I took a lance through the shoulder once.
Sir.
Thank you, Laenor. Helpful.
Walk. Walk.
Allison, this is messed up.
Be amongst the first to congratulate you.
Thank you, Lord Caswell.
If I may be of any...
TBH, if I were her, what I would really do is have some men carry me until I was right outside the door. And then I would walk in all in pain. At least they're like, you know, I was worried that the way they were married and like what went down at their wedding would like put a rift between them and they would be cold to each other. But I'm glad that that's not the case. Just pure evil over there.
You should be resting after your labours. Talia, fetch a cushion for the princess.
There's no need.
Nonsense.
What happy news this morning.
Indeed, Your Grace.
Where is he?
Oh, he's lost his whole arm now.
You didn't want to talk to your wife about how this is inhumane?
How about the child has literally not been cleaned yet?
Does the babe have a name yet?
We haven't spoken.
Joffrey. He'll be called Joffrey.
It's an unusual name for a Valerian.
I do believe he has his father's nose.
Don't you?
What was that? Maybe, can they not conceive? Like, can he not like get it up for her or something? Like, are those kids not really his?
I think I called the midwife.
Oh.
Do keep trying, Selena. Sooner or later, you may get one who looks like you.
I hope whoever they're surrogating in this way also has his complexion. Like,
Is he not?
Any one of us is bleeding.
I deserve some say in the affairs of my own family.
You don't seem so interested in our affairs of late.
Oh, yeah. She
Yeah.
straight left a trail of blood.
yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. We couldn't have like jacked off into a goblet and then like pushed that up in there somehow.
We chose an egg for the baby.
Those are some white children.
Another boy, I heard. Might I?
Oh.
To be introduced to Joffrey.
Of course.
Interesting.
Father, please may I hold Joffrey?
No, no, no. Back to the dragon pit for you two.
I think we should have had 2 dragon riders trying to have those babies. So
He's the one you remember who threw her over his shoulder in the middle of the wedding. It's a little green one.
look at him. Look cutie.
I like how they have what's it called? The little membrane.
Siri.
Look at the burns.
Leave it.
Sorry, bud. It's not a great place for you to be.
Drogaris. Focus, chicken.
Dracarys Vermax.
Sorry to that sheep.
I like the way Vermax's like neck kind of like flared out.
Badly about it. So we found one for you.
Wow.
You guys
that's
are
a dick
jerks.
move.
That pig is gonna eat one of you guys one day.
It's rough.
So did he not get a dragon because like his egg didn't hatch that was laid with him as a
no.
baby? Like,
I think it's about bonding. They like have an emotional connection. So I think like even the crib egg doesn't necessarily end up being their dragon.
I see. I wish they would give us more. That's my only flaw. Like, I want to know more of the lore.
Me too.
About like that's like the interesting part of the show. Now their plotting is amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm not like watching the episodes like I need that, but I am interested in it. So I wish they would give it to
Yes.
us.
Same.
That is the point of a prequel after all.
Yeah, exactly.
The Hungarian horn tail.
That's 240.
Yes, it is.
Allison does not know how to be a mother to a bug child.
Aemond.
It's interesting that all of their kids have the blonde, like got the blonde hair.
They're savages. And it's not surprising.
Except it was your stupid oldest child.
Yeah, like it was like only one of Rhaenyra's kids.
Honestly, Viserys, I think just cut it off at this point. I don't understand why we're rocking the Gollum right now.
To House Velaryon and the match you battled so hard to make for her. Not to mention decency itself. The Silver Stallion. How do you know it was him? Did you witness the act itself?
Do not speak of this again.
I do think Rhaenyra just never learned her lesson.
No.
Like I thought that was an arrangement they had made to like protect the fact that he's gay and can't like.
But maybe he just truly can't do it.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, why couldn't he like masturbate into a little cup?
Yeah, I don't know if they've heard of the turkey baster method.
I'm just saying, like, Marjorie Tyrell said, do we need to bring my brother in here? And I think we all should have been asking that question.
But that's...
Spoiled.
Wow.
That was beneath me, Your Grace. I apologize.
You're a straight murderer, so...
Yeah.
jump off a bridge.
In the end, honor and decency will prevail.
I'm not finding Alicent fun. I don't like her.
I have a feeling Alicent is going to be one of my favorite characters.
Oh no. Oh god, she produced a Joffrey. Or a
Homelander is what she
Roman Roy.
Peg, was it your plot?
No. It was Jace.
Edmund is your brother.
Oh, he's a twat.
We are family.
Then I won't.
You are the challenge! You are the challenge, Aegon! Simply by living and breathing! Just get dressed.
No pressure, Mal.
They really wanted to make us think of Tommen, though. Showing us him standing in that window.
Well, I thought it was the little brother because of his dragon.
Being bullied, yeah. Cyrax is still my favorite of the dragons. He's just got the best design.
Yeah, he's the most interesting.
I mean, I said Cyrax, I meant Caraxes.
Oh, that's her dragon.
Yeah.
Cool. Really cool.
Oh, I love that she's got like... Does the dragon have a mane? Or is this like a fishing net kind of...
I think it's like a rope
on
around it, yeah.
That's really cool for the sea snake's daughter. You two, wow.
Yeah. Their little dragon flirting over here.
This full show that they're like the flyover that they're doing for the town.
Someone got their shit together.
Volantis in a century of
Your aim is to marry one of our daughters, Your Excellence. You might have said so and spared us the history lesson.
What?
I wish to offer you a permanent residence.
Cuties.
I wonder if their clan just has like a royal dreader.
Right. Can we meet them?
Also hilarious to look at these two's produced children compared
if
to
they go home, that's really not gonna ease the situation.
Right. This is what mixed children do look like.
Interesting.
We think Damon's a good dad. I think that answers our question.
They were doing little language classes. That's very
Adorable.
cute.
I do think he's very like loyal by nature. So
yeah, and to his family, his little saucy Bob.
We are more than this, Damon. We are not minstrels or mummers who play at the pleasure of an alien prince. We are the blood of old Valyria.
Valyria is gone. We don't belong anywhere.
some
Still a
things
brat.
never change.
Oh boy.
Lads that learn together, train together, knock each other down, pick each other up.
Do you not understand your family, sir?
No.
How did they keep him alive?
I don't know. And they're, I guess, just gonna pretend that he didn't murder an anointed knight
in full view of everyone,
and then punch the future king consort.
Right. Like, I'm surprised that Laenor lets him be in the castle.
Yeah. Like, I get that Alicent is his protector,
but that's a little.
Yeah.
You question my method of instruction, sir.
Well, I merely suggest that method be applied to all your pupils.
Yeah, he favors Alicent's children, obviously, because he's a jerk.
Jacaerys, you spar with Aegon.
Yeah, Granddad.
It's hardly a fair match.
I know you've never seen true battle, sir, but when steel is drawn, a fair match isn't something anyone should expect.
God. They didn't even try to make him likable anymore. Ooh, somebody's daddy has been teaching them some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Foul play. I'll deal with him.
Come here, little boy.
He's also, no matter who his daddy is, he's still Rhaenyra's child. And
Right.
she's a little hothead, so.
With him. Press him backward.
This proxy battle between these two men, though.
Defeat. Don't let him get up. Wrong, that is the prince.
This is what you teach, Cole. Cruelty to the weaker opponent.
Yeah, you're a piece of shit.
It's quite unusual, Commander. Most men would only have that kind of devotion toward a cousin, or a brother, or a son.
Do it. Bash his face in.
This seems familiar.
Say it again!
Lord as a match.
I fucking hate him right now.
Yeah.
Like, it is like, ooh! Mooney, I know.
There's been an incident in the yard.
Or are they gonna kill him now? Again, how is this man gonna get punished and Kristen didn't? But
the son of a steward. He is a knight of the King's Guard now. Sailed Prince. A defender of future heir to the throne.
that was an interesting shot of her. That was the most she looked like her younger version. I think, like her, like
she's dressed like her.
Sneaking up at a corridor, you know.
In exile and death, for you, for her, for the children.
I know you guys knew about the pull-out method back then. Put a lemon up there.
It's on purpose, though.
Right.
I fell down.
Where have you been?
Oh, with Carl. Didn't I mention it? Are you in very much pain? Swells the breast.
Would you mind, Sir Carl? I would like to speak with my husband.
Of course, Princess.
Laenor, I'm about to Tyra Banks you.
He showed me up.
Do you know what's happened? Well, you've been guzzling all the ale in Fleabot, and God knows what besides. Vile, disgusting insinuations.
Insinuations, are they?
All right.
Our sons. You do not desert your post when the storm lashes.
The wise sailor flees the storm as it gathers.
Tyra, take it away.
Yep.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Y'all have me out here doing more work, Laenor. I had to go to the internet. I had to download that to put it in the video. How dare you?
He wants you and Father. And Baylor. Because you have dragons.
There is more than one way to bind yourself to a dragon. I was without one until I was 15 years old. And now I ride a Vhagar, the largest in the world.
Okay, they're answering our questions now. Thank you.
Father ignores me.
Uh-oh.
He's doing his best.
What happened to your little language lesson?
I think it was the other one that he was teaching. Wow. Is every man here a failure? Just
it's a collection of worst sons.
Just every single one of them. I'm holding out for a hero.
TBH, the knight that Rhaenyra is hanging out with, he seems like a decent man.
Also bears a marked but entirely coincidental resemblance to the commander of the City Watch.
Boy, if that rumor has made it all the way over here.
Perhaps I too am not the wife you would have wished for yourself.
Lena.
It does not pain me. I have made my peace.
I mean, he did manage to get her pregnant, so that's something.
Yeah, at least he's like really into your hair.
Well, he's also a Tully. And this remains a Tully problem.
Not to be rude, but Allie, what are you doing here?
That is easy enough.
We must consider the cost to our subjects.
I must
The cost of war is greater.
Y'all been doing this for 10 years? That's a lot, honestly. I can't be passive aggressive for more than like 10 minutes. I get a headache.
Yeah. Y'all should have just had the full-on screaming, hair-pulling, eye-gouging fight and got it out.
And then made up.
Exactly.
I have felt the strife between our families of late, my queen.
This is smart to do it in view of other people, because then Alicent looks like a bitch if she is passive aggressive after this.
We were friends. My son, Jacaerys, will inherit the Iron Throne after me. I propose we betroth him to your daughter, Helena. Ally ourselves. Once and for all.
Jacaerys is like, yay! We fixed all the problems. Oh boy.
Look at her!
If Syrax brings forth another clutch of eggs, your son, Aemond, will have his choice of them. A symbol of our goodwill.
I think that was nice, actually.
That's clearly actually a real, like,
that was a
heart
genuine, yeah.
The king and I thank you for your offer, and we will consider it duly. You must rest now, husband.
All right, Alicent.
Wow.
She let the sun go down on her anger.
Sure did.
And then it hardened into stone and stayed there.
Well, it sure didn't help that she's got Kristen around.
Yeah.
They're just whispering poison in each other's ears.
You may do as you wish, husband. When I am cold in my grave.
Alicent.
Ooh, she's a piece of work.
See, now she just feels like she's being a brat.
Yeah.
Like, and childish. Like,
yeah.
I do not need the blame.
And you used to care for him out of kindness, and now you do it as a form of manipulation and control. And I just want you to know that I see it, Allie. You don't even deserve our nickname.
Then I cannot accept this.
My dear husband.
I said no.
Alicent, I do not like rooting for him to yell at you, but you have given me no choice.
Yes, exactly. I don't like being like, Alicent, shut the fuck up. Alicent, why are you speaking? But Alicent, shut the fuck up. Why are you speaking?
Such a turn I made from my, I'm gonna love her.
A real villain turn for us this episode.
I don't feel like a villain.
You going to help me?
Could have been married to Miss Lena.
Honestly, Lena's great.
She is great.
I was thinking of going as Rhaenyra and dressing Mooney up as Rhaenyra's dragon, but now I think I'm gonna go as Lena and dress Mooney up as Lena's dragon.
I love that. Dun, dun, dun.
Talia, not now.
Talia is afraid of you, so
she might be Rhaenyra's spy.
That your father would be impartial in this matter.
No, but he would be partial to me.
Well, that's honesty.
What is his game? I feel like he just likes to be like in the mess.
Shitster?
Yeah, he's like, in my family we call it a crankster. Like just like cranking it up.
That was a very dramatic close up on that. Was I supposed to know what that was?
It looked like a beetle, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Does he have like, is that his nickname, the Beetle or something?
If you're prepared to pay a little price.
Why are we creating A-boxes?
I don't know.
Wow. 2 births in 1 episode. That does seem make more gravitational sense.
The
I still
line
don't
on your back.
understand why we have birth like this.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea.
I've reached the limit of my art. The child will not come. Could lay open the womb. Try to remove the infant by way of the blade.
Would the mother survive it?
No.
Dracarys!
Oh.
Dracarys!
Oh, look, she's got a big hound face.
He doesn't want to do it.
Dracarys!
Oh.
We will exchange letters by Raven. Won't that be fun?
Is Harlan Strong my father?
Hmm.
Am I a bastard?
The wise sailor flees the storm as it gathers. Bring him.
How am I supposed to be on Alicent's side when Rhaenyra's the best?
Right.
So tomorrow I'll show up wearing black.
Oh, that's why they did that.
Oh my God. Wow. He is up to...
They really are in love with their rat symbolism in this show.
Is a downfall. If you ask me.
No one did though. We didn't.
He just had his own father and brother killed.
Yeah.
That it passes judgment and all who pass beneath its gates.
Alicent, you've passed the point of no return.
I assume you will write to your father now?
Paris.
Did the baby survive?
That Lena's pregnancy?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, I don't know. It could.
They couldn't get it to come. So
No, I know, but I thought she was doing that because fire can't kill a dragon, and he's a Targaryen,
that's actually a problem that George R. R. Martin has made very clear that he had with the original show, because Daenerys, the only reason she survives Khal Drogo's funeral pyre is because she did blood magic in sacrificing that woman, and so she should never have walked out of another fire. Targaryens 100% can be burned.
Oh, well, she survives fire like again.
Yeah, it's not good. He has a big problem with that.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, because I was
That's why Lena said, that's why she said when she was telling Daemon that she didn't want to die as a fat lord, she wanted to die as a dragon rider.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, the kind of death she meant.
No. This makes more sense. I just thought it was like also a sacrifice. Like she was like, I know there is no way my baby can survive unless I am burned, and then it lives as an infant because it has Targaryen blood and therefore can't be burned.
That was crazy.
I know. I have so many thoughts.
I know. I wasn't expecting us to I don't know. I guess I thought we would have like more time to get adjusted, but no, things are still heating up. Things are still happening. Literally. Can we talk about Sarah dead baby daddy Harwin? So long farewell. You were pretty hot. We barely knew you. You seemed like a good secret dad to your children.
A good pa. You stood up for them. You did what you needed to do. Sorry your brother killed you. I feel like that man is like a combo of, a lot of people are calling him Littlefinger, but I think he's like a Littlefinger mixed with and Ramses. Like,
yeah, I can see that for sure.
Also, I think we're about to get our two loves. We're going to mix medieval with true crime because these little beetle things.
Yeah.
Is he creating a cult?
Ooh, that's very sexy of him.
Stop it, Justin.
Recommend all of your favorite cult podcasts down below.
Please. I thought it was a good episode. In the what do you call it? The post in the thing where the producer behind the episode, they brought up how it was like filming another pilot, which it felt like that to me. It didn't coming off of last episode, I don't think it was as good of an episode as last episode, but last episode was like brilliant. So like it felt to me, it felt like a pilot. Like I had to get used to the new actors. I had to understand who these characters are,
where everybody is.
Right. And for the most part, I think they did a good job of reestablishing these relationships and telling an interesting story. I am interested in all of the little family feuds. And behind the episode, they also talked about how they were focusing on these like familial relationships and familial conflicts. And again, I think this is the perfect show to do that with. I think they touch on it in Game of Thrones, but that's not the crux of the meat and potatoes of the show. So I think it's really nice that this is going to be that way. And unlike with the Lena situation, I do like that they got rid of the knight that Rhaenyra was hooking up with, only because I was like about to throw a hissy fit about just starting us mid-ship, which is my biggest pet peeve. I can't jump on board a ship halfway. I need to see the start.
You need to see it leaving the dock.
Right, exactly.
Let's use Laenor's favorite kind of metaphor if we're doing it.
Yeah, I have to see it leave the dock. So and then when they got rid of him, I was like, oh, okay. This is he's a wound and not a permanent staple.
Yeah. Although that to me like goes more into like how I wish that they had structured the season better, because what I really think is we basically just need one episode before this one to actually treat it as a pilot. Like I want to see, I know we don't have time to see how things start with Rhaenyra and Sir Harwin, because I'm guessing it started very soon after the wedding, but I want to see them at like before it gets bad. Like what does this look like before the pressure is too great, you know? And that's also, I want to see like how are Daemon and Laena before things start to break, you know? I just kind of want to like, I want to take one step back. Like I just want a little more time to get readjusted. And I think we're already in the show, we're already invested, so I don't think they have to be worried that we're all going to tune out if there isn't like a huge thing, you know?
Right, because I feel the same way. I'm mixed. I want the other episode, but I am mixed about putting it into 2 seasons, because it does like shell shock me when The Crown does that, and I don't like it. Like I ended up not watching The Crown anymore because like I can't, like I couldn't do it, and this forces me to get used to the new actors without taking a break. Because if I was let stew on it, then I would be like not.
Instead of just tuning in next week and you're like, deal with it. They have different faces now.
Exactly. Yeah. I need a push into the swimming pool.
I get
Don't
that.
take me down the stairs.
Yeah. It was, I mean, everyone was very nasty.
Yeah. Ooh, Allie and I are we are in a fight.
Yeah. Like, girl, I followed your journey in the last episode. I see a lot of people who seemed to have difficulty with the turn, but I know that we very much connected to it and understood that like friend breakups are really terrible and painful, and it's about her friend lying to her at the same time that like her dad and this other creepy weirdo are trying to tell her basically like Rhaenyra is coming for your children. I followed that, but girl, you have taken it to like a crazy place. You are like so petty and
yeah,
I don't really have anything to say about the kids. They're, Allison's kids seem like, well, I shouldn't say kids. Her oldest seems like a little shit.
Yeah, he seems like Joffrey 2.0 and not the new baby.
Right.
And
Rhaenyra's babies seem sweet. We haven't seen a lot from them. They seem sweet. I mean, that's probably because they have two nice dads. Even if Laenor has been apparently like party king recently, having that solid family unit where Alicent's children, she's giving them the kind of pressure that her father gave her, and their dad is literally rotting, and they're living a different life. Now, skipping over to Daemon and Laena's children. Okay, this is a non-book reader. This hasn't been spoiled to me, guess, but I'm wondering if the other daughter is going to end up with Vhagar, her mother's dragon.
I think so. I think so. I think she has to. Yeah, me too. At first, when I was confused about the whole fire cannot burn a dragon thing, I thought that baby was obviously gonna get Vhagar. But no, I think new drag, and then I think Papa is gonna start paying a lot more attention to her.
Right.
Which is annoying, Daemon.
Yeah, get your shit together, Daemon.
Start talking.
Anytime we compliment him, he turns right around. I mean, this was him at his most not terrible in this episode. I mean, he still did some ignorant things, but.
And I mean, and we also have to, speaking of point of view from earlier, we also have to take into account that this is like a little teen.
Yeah.
And she also could be reading into the fact that her dad and her mom and her sister all share this great bond with riding, and the mom and dad do these amazing shows for the city, and she's the only one without a dragon. I think she could also be reading into that, but I also don't put it past Daemon to just like be like, you're not powerful, so I don't care about you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. I wonder if her and Alicent's son, who doesn't have the dragon, are gonna bond.
That would be interesting.
But I think he's destined to be a squib the rest of his life, TBH. If she gets Vhagar, I don't think both of them can get dragons.
Yeah.
And I do think it's interesting that I don't know. I don't think they're doing things by accident. So paralleling those two children is interesting this episode, and I want to see how that comes back.
Yeah. So some thoughts that I'm having. I think we maybe discussed it on here, or I know it's a discussion that I've seen in some other places. I kind of think they should have had those first 5 episodes as a full season with just the younger characters, because there's a lot of resolutions that happen off screen between episodes, and to me that has started to show some problems in this episode. And maybe it's just a me thing personally for stuff I want to see, but the fact that Laena was now played by the third actor, and and then she's killed in this episode, and she's got Vhagar, who is the largest dragon that's alive. And I thought the scene where Vhagar killed her was actually very moving. I like the way they did it, but I wish, if you imagine if we had 10 episodes with the younger actors, then we would have had a scene of seeing teen Laena meeting and bonding with Vhagar. Maybe we would have had the time for that. Also, it does run to me into the issue of like, it's not enough to just be like, we're doing race blind casting. We don't have to think about whether people can be white or otherwise. You have to be thoughtful. And you just like unceremoniously killed off the only lead woman of color, and low-key it's to help clear the way for the white romantic couple to get together?
Okay, I'm gonna try not to get emotional about this, because this is a problem I see a lot, especially in fandoms that I really enjoy. It happened in Fantastic Beasts. Our first woman of color that was like a main character was when Zoe Kravitz joined the cast of Fantastic Beasts.
And she was the best character in the movie.
Yeah, and I like went and got a cosplay to be her to go see the premiere, and I was so excited, like legitimately so excited about it, because I had loved these movies for my entire life, and they mean so much to me. And then I watched her burn in a blue fire at the end, and then like that's not fun. Like then I only got to know her for one movie. She's not going to be an iconic character that we all love and remember. And like even within this episode, I was so excited that because I was like this whole like Halloween season, I've been like, I really want to do something from House of the Dragon, but like none of the people of color in it are like women that are main characters. And then I'm watching this episode and she's so strong and powerful and interesting. And I got so excited. I was like, well, then I'll definitely be her and her dragon for Halloween. How rad is that? And then I watched her burn in a fire. So I was immediately extremely disappointed, because I was like, well, there goes another one. Race blind casting is all well and good, but you have to think about representation as well, which I applaud them for adding a bunch of Black characters into this series, and I was really excited to see it, and I love that we still have a lot of main characters that are Black. But in terms of Black women of color, that like seeing myself in a character, someone I feel excited about cosplaying with, because I'll get to wear like my natural hair texture in a way, and I won't feel like I'm going to get comments like, oh, that's a white character, which I know maybe like nowadays people won't do that, but that's what was told to me when I was younger, when I dressed up as characters like that for Halloween. So and not that I want to listen to those people, but it is always nice. I like being Black characters because I'm Black. So that's all I'm going to say on it, but I was disappointed. So I'm glad that you brought it up, Jessa.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, obviously, I know, unfortunately, people have just been horrific about spoilers. So I knew she was going to die. And again, that's what happens in the story. That's not the problem. The problem is that she was basically she wasn't a featured extra. That's a little over dramatic, but she was a day player, you know. And it's just disappointing. Also, I thought it was weird. They released stills of the episode this week, and they definitely had one of Damon sitting on the roof with his two daughters, which clearly suggests to me that there's actually a scene of him talking to his daughters about their mother's death. I think it's weird to just cut that out and just have him walking away. I don't know. I was just disappointed in the way they did that. And I think spending more time with the story would have helped with that, because it's not like you really expect anybody in this world to survive, but it's nice if we get to know them and they get to have some story beats before that happens.
No, I think you're exactly right. It could have been, you know, nice to get those scenes with her, and I think that certainly could have helped with us like care more about her. Then we would have known more about her. I would have felt more like connected to her, and that she was an actual character that had meat, and I wouldn't have been hurt. Or the other solution is, like, we know she has to die, that's fine, but the other solution is to cast another woman of color. They don't have to be Black, but Allison could easily be played by another woman of color. Like that, the Hightower family could be like Hispanic. If there were more then
Yeah,
killing
exactly.
off one is not an issue, because then you're
Yeah.
not killing off your only one. I have the same
Exactly.
feeling about the bury your gays trope, you know?
Exactly.
It's like nobody's complaining that a lesbian died in the L word because there are 7 more lesbians. There's not a representation issue.
Right. You're not running out of them. Thank you guys so much for joining us once again this week. Share all of your thoughts down below, except for spoilers. And tune back in next week. If you're not subscribed to our channel, we would love if you'd give us a subscription. You can look in our back catalog. We have a ton of stuff. We're watching Andor as well right now, which is a phenomenal show, and we want to talk to more people about it. Belle and the vloggity bleh. You've watched a YouTube video before in your life. You get it. You know what we need you to do.
And yesterday I posted I posted my friend and I watching the original Game of Thrones. He's never seen it before, and he's a costume designer, and I'm an actor. So we give a review as we watch him watch it for the first time. So if you think you're interested in that, it'll be in the link down below. Check it out.
Bye.
Bye.